I didn't turn it on. Now it's on. Okay. Percent means out of 100. If you took yourself down to the gas station and wanted to buy a candy bar, it says on the price, it says $1, right? So you take the candy bar, you go up to the cash register, put the candy bar down on the counter, put $1 down on the counter. They're going to say, I'm sorry, you don't have enough. You can go, well, wait a second, it only says $1. That's not exactly right. You got to remember the 8% sales tax, although 8% is pretty high. Well, it depends on the state. Different states are different. Our state, in the state of Wisconsin, is 5%. Some counties add an additional 0.5%. I don't know if Waushara County is 5.5% or if it's just 5. I'm not certain. Either way, it doesn't matter. Now, we have 8%. So that means for every $1 you spend, you would have to pay 8 cents in sales tax. So actually, you would go to the counter, you would have to put $1.08 before you could take that candy bar out of the grocery store. Now, let's say you wanted to spend $10, you would have to pay an additional 80 cents in sales tax. For every $100 you spend, you'll have to pay $8 in sales tax. And for those of you planning on buying a brand new vehicle, you can plan on paying an extra about $2,400 or $2,400 in sales tax at 8%. That's an expensive car. That would be about a $30,000 vehicle. Because if you think sales tax at 8% sales, what would sales tax be, or what is 8% of 10,000? 8% of 10,000 would be
$80.
no. That would $80 would only be 1,000. $800, and that's a cheap car at $10,000. You might as well multiply that by 3 to get yourself $2,400 in sales tax. So that $30,000 car is actually not $30,000. It's going to cost you $32,400. It's expensive. Yes. Still got to pay tax. Still have to pay tax. It's on cars. It's on cars and boats and there's certain laws that say that. But yes, used vehicles, you still are required to pay a sales tax when you purchase it, when you apply for a license plate for that vehicle. Anyway. Now, we have our nice 10 by 10 square grid. You're not going to have to do this on your homework. But we see a grid, looks like that. There's 100 squares there, right? 17%. If I had 17% of this grid colored in, how many squares would be colored in? 17 of them. Want to watch? Check it out. It's fancy. 17 of them. Cool, huh? Now, if we have a 10 by 10 grid and 26 of them, 26%. Oh, I answered the question. 26% of them, it would be 26 of them would be colored. Okay. Now, certain things that we're going to have to do. On your homework, this is the kind of question that you're going to have to answer. It says write 35% as a fraction in simplest form. 35% as a fraction in simplest form. What did we say percent is? What does percent mean? Rissa? Out of 100. So what do you think 35% as a fraction would be? 35 over 100. That is correct. So it would be 35 over 100. However, it says this right here, in simplest form, so then we are going to have to reduce that. So to reduce it, we have to divide top and bottom by the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor we're going to be looking at is, no, neither. That one's odd. 2 doesn't go into odd numbers. 5. So we divide by 5. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. Something like 7/20. I know it's amazing, and I know all of you want to talk to each other about how awesome that just was, but let's try and refrain from doing that, please. (65% as fraction, simplest form. 65/100. Tommy Ann, what would you like to divide by? That's good. That's going to be something like 13/20. 65 divided by 5 is 13. Look it up. I don't know if that's big. I'm not sure. I'm not a body fat expert. Although you might think I am because I have enough of it. Now, she's got 20% body fat, right? 20% as a fraction in simplest form. Okay, well, first of all, our original one is going to be what? 20/100. What would you like to divide by now? Top man. We could do 5. It's true, we could do 5. Well, let's just stop. Stop. But then I would look at that and go, I could do something different. Now what do you want to divide by? 10? We can divide by 4. Now, many of you would do that, end up going that route. I personally would have divided by 20 to begin with. Timmy apparently is a little bit smaller. What do you want to divide by? 2. Okay, I've had about enough. Pretty soon you guys will be joining me at lunch. What? That's enough. Now, the next thing is going from a fraction to a decimal. What does percent mean? Out of 100. So what is 56% as a decimal? How about 56 hundredths? Yeah, I know. Yes. Yes, Christian. It is that easy. It really is. How about 30? Let's say it right. 3200. Now, I'm actually going to give you one here that you're going to have one just like it on a quiz or something at some point in time. I want you to, it might throw you. What is that going to be as a decimal? Alexis. 2 and 1300s. So 2. Okay. Basically, all you do. I've had enough. Your homework. Page 383, 16 to 50 even.